Welcome to boot camp. Here you will learn all about map objectives and what it takes to win. You soldier, what is your name?
Wizard Spider, sir.
And what are your objectives, soldier?
To defeat the enemy, sir.
Excellent. And how do you intend doing that?
Through systematically dominating all the key objectives on the map and driving the enemy back from whence they came, sir.
Good. Well then, soldier, let's get to it.
Starvault is not a battle royale. It's not a team deathmatch, and it's not a free-for-all. It is a battle arena. One does not simply drop into Starvault and think they will only get kills and still be victorious. One of the finer points of a battle arena is that it is a team game with map objectives, and knowing how to do those objectives will have you overrunning your enemies and marching on their core in confidence. We have 6 objectives that I will cover. In each one, I will go over what it is, where it is, how to complete it, and the rewards that come with completing it. So what, my good spider, are those objectives, you ask? Well, they are the Vision Obelisks, Portals, Titan, Crystal Arena, Artifacts, and the enemy core. If you manage to control all these objectives, you will completely cripple the enemy team and have an overwhelming advantage. While they all have a significant impact on your game, I will cover them from the lowest priority to the highest. For you this might be different. To a drone, for instance, the Vision Obelisk is far more valuable than the Portals. Also, some of these objectives are better suited for certain heroes. Alright, enough babbling, let's get into it. Vision Obelisks. These can be found either side of the Titan arena and are one of the tallest structures on the map. They appear on your minimap as triangles here and here. Uncaptured, they will be grey. Once captured, they will appear in the team's color that holds them. They can be captured by simply standing at the base of the obelisk, taking 10 seconds to capture. You can see the current status of the obelisk by looking at the color descents running up the structure. More players do not make it go faster, so if you see someone there already, move on to the next objective. Capturing an obelisk will grant you massive amounts of map vision, giving you a clear view of what's going on around you. This is also important to keep an eye on the Titan, encountering any artifact captures or potential ambushes. Also, keep an eye out for stragglers to pick up a potentially easy kill. Portals. Portals can be found at about the halfway mark of the top and bottom lanes just off to the side. They appear on your minimap as grey circles and will change to your team's color once captured. Just as with the Vision Obelisk, you capture the portal by standing on its base at its entrance. You will know it is being captured by hearing a chime as each rune along the outer rim lights up in your team's color. This takes a full 10 seconds to capture, and adding more players will not make it go faster. So if you see a teammate taking it, supply a bit of cover from an advantageous position because the enemy may still pop through or try countering the capture. Having control over the portals can offer you a very convenient escape. If your team is in the lane pushing hard, you can find yourself in hot water really fast. If the enemy manages to break your formation and you have to retreat, the portal can save you from running all the way back, giving the enemy the opportunity to take you out before reaching that precious healing fountain. The portals also offer a faster way to and fro from your base, so you spend less time away from the lanes. Titan. The Titan can be found right at the center of the map. This gargantuan golem will spawn in 5 minutes after the match has started, the same time as the Crystal Arena, and appears on the minimap as this icon. Uncaptured, it will be green. Once captured, it will show in the color of the team that controls it. To capture the Titan, you have to destroy the 5 yellow crystals at its base, usually requiring at least 2 players to do this. The Titan will briefly freeze after each defeat and has to be defeated 3 times before access to control will be given. If ever you find yourself fighting against the enemy Titan, be sure to focus all damage on these crystals, as this is its weak point. Objective rewards: control of the Titan. This unit can one-shot enemy players just by hitting them with your hands. If left unchecked, it can wipe out towers like nobody's business and open up access to the enemy core. Still have time with no towers to attack? Position yourself correctly and you can lob fireballs onto the enemy core, getting you closer to victory. When the Titan is eliminated, you are not killed but spawn back at the capture point. Be careful when coming out though, as you are usually alone and the enemy could have an ambush ready for you. Crystal Arena. The entrances to the Crystal Arena can be found at about the halfway mark of the top and bottom lanes opposite the portals. They are surrounded by large crystal stacks and are embedded into the sides of the Titan Arena. They appear on the minimap as these green circles. This is like a mini event on the map and will give a 30-second warning before starting.
Rite of the Crystal starts in 30 seconds.
When the portals are active, you will hear the announcement,
The Rite of the Crystal has begun.
and you can now enter. Inside, neutral creeps will spawn. When you kill them, they will drop a token and the first team to collect enough tokens will win the Crystal Arena. The arena first opens 5 minutes after the game starts and will open again every 10 minutes after that. Once open, the arena will stay open for 3 minutes, and if no one manages to collect enough tokens before the time is up, it will end in a draw and nobody gets the buff. Aside from the experience and the funds collected from doing the arena, winning will grant your lane creeps an insane boost to hit points and damage. This boost will last for 2 minutes. If the enemy team wins this, I recommend playing defensively until the buff wears off. If you win, this is a good time to apply pressure on the enemy and push those towers. The winning team's lane creeps will have these symbols above their heads, indicating that the buff is active. Artifacts. There are 6 artifact camps in total, 2 for each of the 3 colors. When looking at your minimap, they will be shown as yellow markers. You will find the green artifacts here and here, the purples are here and here, and the oranges are here and here. To get the artifact, you simply need to clear the 3 creeps, after which the artifact will randomly drop within the camp. Don't take the creeps out of the camp only to kill them and have a sneaky enemy pick up the buff while you make your way back. This objective is essentially broken up into 3 difficulties, with green being the easiest and orange the hardest. Once a creep camp is cleared, they will respawn after 3 minutes. Now with the most recent update, you can also watch the yellow icon fill. Once it is filled, the camp is ready to be captured. Each color artifact grants your team a permanent buff for that match. Green gives you 4% shield capacity and 4% regen speed. Purple reduces the time you spend waiting to respawn after death by 6%, and orange gives you 3% increased movement speed and 2% increased attack power. The artifacts stack up to 5 times max, but even when you have all the stacks, I recommend still farming them as they will give you XP, currency, and more importantly, deny the enemy team the buff. Prime objective: destroy the enemy core. The enemy core can be found at the heart of the enemy base. This is the large orb surrounded by a moat of water. Don't fall into the water. Getting to the enemy core is what it's all about. You can get 100 kills, own all the objectives, bounce around the map like a Tarzan, but if you do not take the core, you will not win the match. To damage the core, you are first going to have to take out the towers leading up to it. The towers work in the same way. You cannot damage a tower unless the one before it has been taken out. You also only need to clear one of the lanes to open the core for attack, and there are 4 towers per lane. To deal damage to the core, there are these crystals that can be attacked. You will find them on the core itself and one on each pillar surrounding the area. As a melee, be very careful when hitting crystals on the pillar, as you can get knocked back and fall into the moat. The reward is that sweet, sweet victory. Sometimes getting these objectives is situational based. I've gone from retreating from a fight and immediately dipped into the crystal arena where I stayed and captured it. If the objective is there, try to grab it as quickly as possible. Standing on a pad for 10 seconds out of a 30-minute game can put the power back into your hands. It may be that the enemy will not be able to recapture the point for some time, which means for that brief moment you stood there, you've given your whole team an advantage and put the pressure on forcing the enemy to have to go and recapture what you've taken. As I mentioned earlier, the importance of the objective is subjective, and some of those objectives are better suited for different heroes. If both a Niederhorn and a Zara pop out of the portal and want to capture the Vision Obelisk, Zara can zoot up there much faster than poor Nida, who has to run all the way around, up the steps and across the arena just to stand on a pad. Now in the same situation but going after the green artifact, Niederhorn will decimate the creeps long before Zara can even drop one. In this instance, when both heroes go after what better suits them, Zara can capture the Vision while Nida goes for the artifact, dealing with 2 objectives at once. Be fluid in your game, adapting to the situation and taking those opportunities as they come. But most importantly, have fun with this game. Starvault has so much to offer with so much more on the way. There's an amazing community and an active team of developers. I've met some incredible people, and in one game we are working together to destroy the enemy, then in the next we are facing off against each other. Oh, did you see the changes to the arena store? I'll be sure to dip into that and let you know what I find and what the changes are. A great many thanks to everyone who has been showing some love. It truly means a lot to me. Like I said, an amazing community. Now, get out there and complete those objectives. Be amazing, be a legend, and catch you in the arena.